Wow. Hey guys, we made it. Can you hardly believe it? I can't. It's been something like 20 months since we all were able to get together in person like this. Well, I guess 2 years, right? So thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up and making this the most incredible pandemic an open source, open hardware movement has ever been through together. And we're going to talk a little bit about how we've been going through this together and what we've got in store today. So I appreciate your warm welcome. I think we got my charts going now. This is good. And again, I'm Calista. You can find me, not always at the information booth, but you can find me online. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm here to support you. I'm here to thank our sponsors. Your generosity has extended not just to putting on this amazing event for us together. Your generosity of contribution of code, contribution of resources, both cash and engineers and otherwise, has helped us bring our mission to the profound historical point that we are in our trajectory today. So thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our members. Thank you to our community. We're going to be dropping some fun facts on you guys today that are going to blow your minds. So I'm really excited to share some of that, but I really, really am grateful for the sponsors. You have no idea the level of difficulty putting on events has gotten us to. Every event is basically a double. It's online and it's in person. That brings about more complexity, more expense, more everything. Just serving a cup of coffee has gotten, multiples more expensive and more consuming of resource. So thank you. Thank you to the RISC-V program committee. This summit is for the people, by the people, all that good stuff. And so thank you for those who've stepped up to be part of the program committee to bring us meaningful, compelling content that helps you to go back to your offices or wherever you're working from today to create innovations to drive this industry forward. So this program committee has put in a lot of work. So check out these sessions, whether you can catch them live or the recorded versions later. So let's take a minute and remember why we're here. Why are we here with RISC-V? Why is RISC-V so fundamentally important to the changes in the trajectory of history that we're making? It's because you have choices. You have a choice every day that you make a technical decision, that you make a business decision, that you make a personal decision, that you make a family decision. That choice is to go alone or to go together. I'm not going to go all matrix and say it's red pill, it's blue pill. I'm not going there. But you have a choice to go together, to go alone, to take a proprietary approach, to take a collaborative approach, to contribute to the benefit of not only your long-term strategic future, to contribute to open standards and open collaboration, or to keep it to yourself for short-term gain. I think you know where this is going. So think about this and remember some numbers. 2. You can write this down if you want. 4, 8, and 22. Remember those numbers. All right, let's get going here. This is your day. This is our day as a community. This is our day as a global movement, as the new open era of computing that has never seen the amount of traction that we have today. This week, you are going to see, this is show and tell time. You're going to see things. You're going to see innovations across industries. You're going to see innovations across industries supported by billions, with a B, in market, of course. You're going to see technical progress brought to you by the RISC-V community because we have figured out how to refine our processes, align our governance models, and to cultivate numerous extensions. In fact, we've done 16 this year, 15 of which were just announced last week, And we're moving towards profiles and platforms, and you'll hear a lot about these things. But go this week and dive deep in these things. This week, you are going to feel the energy, the passion, the talent, the dedication of nearly 12,000 engineers and others involved in RISC-V across our work groups, across our committees. These are numbers like thousands and billions and millions. This is what's going on. This is where RISC-V has been in the last 2 years since I last saw you in person. This week, you're going to feel the validation of customer testimonials, the validation of analyst reports, and quite possibly out of press and media and other attention that this is getting today. What was perhaps quietly started 11 years ago, more prominently announced 5 years ago, has now crossed over that inflection point and is taking on a life of its own and has capitalized and become the open computing era. So RISC-V is really the heart of the open hardware community. Here's some fun facts, right? So as part of the heart of this community, RISC-V International has grown membership 130% in last year alone. This is kind of a similar statistic that we had the year before. You know how hard it is to keep growing at that kind of rate and pace year on year? It's going to get harder, guys. We are now more than 2,400 members. And we have streamlined, as I mentioned, our technical processes, ratifying 16 extensions. Because when you come together, you don't go do your own extension. You come together. In fact, I challenge you, RISC-V community, if you are working on an extension all for your own solution, and you think about yourself like, wow, you know what? Someone else is duplicating the same effort in my peer companies. I know you think of them as competitors. I just say they're peers. When you think about the duplicative work that's going on, where do we come together so that you can go compete at a more interesting layer of that solution? When we come together, we don't just do it inside of RISC-V. I mean, we're special, but you know what? There are other organizations too. We have alliances with dozens of other organizations. We have worked on things around the world, in the US, in Europe, in APAC, to bring public institutions on board with RISC-V. We have worked around the world with organizations dedicated by geography, by industry, or by technical area domain expertise to bring everyone into RISC-V together and to look at those areas where we have an aligned mission that we can work together more directly. As part of that, we've launched the Open Hardware Diversity Alliance together with some of our peer organizations. We have dived deep into learning, whether you are in universities or online learning. In fact, we've had one of the fastest growing online learning courses the Linux Foundation has ever seen, with 8,842 enrollments in 9 months. We have been at 90 events this year. Let's just say that's a little challenging in a pandemic, but we did it. And we're part of the largest RISC-V event ever in China. 1,300 people in person and 20,000 people online. People are showing up, guys. I only have a minute left. We are working hard on security with quantum cryptography extensions in Europe and working on other things in Europe, like the European Processor Initiative. In fact, you know, fun fact there, the European Processor Initiative, 28 partner organizations from 10 different European countries. Okay, we're like that on steroids in RISC-V, but we are a key partner and incorporated together with that. In fact, I'm so proud of the work that the EPI has done on their EPAC acceleration chip. We are working together with our peers and our members in our community in China. In fact, one of my colleagues is here from Alibaba, and we'll talk a little bit more about the open sourcing of 4 RISC-V processors. China is contributing in big ways, not just through Alibaba, but through several of their other institutions. Oh, I only have 10 minutes left. So the first number on that list is 2. 2 billion RISC-V cores are in market in 2021. A report put out by Deloitte, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, projects RISC-V market is going to double again in 2022. So that puts us at 4. If their predictions hold true, that doubles again in 2023. Now we got to 8. 2, 4, 8. Come back on Wednesday and I'll tell you what 22 is all about, because it has to do with dollar signs. But I'm not going to tell you today, because that just wouldn't be fun. So wait for it. On Wednesday, I'm going to tell you what 22 means. If you want a sneak peek, you can go read what Deloitte had to say. But think about this. Think about the incredible rate and pace that we are growing and accelerating this ecosystem. This is your first RISC-V conference. This is going to be the first of many. For those of you who have been with us from the beginning, we applaud you and are grateful to you. This is the open era of computing. This is our day together. Thank you for engaging, collaborating, and accelerating our mission. Thank you.